Hello, everybody. I feel like we were just together on our team call. May has gone pretty swiftly over here for me. You guys, it's Magic Week. And I know that most of you, I'm thinking probably all of you went into your back office today. It's the 28th. And you look at those subscriptions that have run and that have not run. And there is a variety of emotions that can come with that. By the way, if you have not gone into your back office today, be bold, be strong. The Lord thy God is with you. Look at those numbers and thank God for every single point, because every single point, it really does matter. And those are people. Those are people. You guys, my journey in this business has been like this. Wow. I mean, like, wow. I've been feeling a little dizzy this year because of that kind of up and down. I'm serious, like in my back office myself, you guys, and my own personal business. It is a part of it. And the sooner you can learn to embrace that and stop with the negative self-talk, telling yourself, I can't do this, la, la, la. My value, my identity is based in these points. Nope, it's not at all, you guys. So I want to encourage you to end strong. Look back at your goals. If it means that you feel as though you are kind of working alone right now because you don't have a lot of people like zhuzhing and grooving and moving with you, be your own rock star. Do it as unto the Lord. Decide what you'd like to aim to hit by the 31st and do your best. And I'm telling you, after that, you celebrate. Celebrate those victories. Give yourself a high five. Thank the Lord. Go tell your husband. Call a friend, call the sponsor. You guys, that is being a momentum maker. Okay, enough from me. Jessica Peterson got on a call with our team earlier today, and she talked about the perfect 10. Now, really quick, Brenda has, I believe, an IPA sheet called the perfect 10. That is not what that is. This is something different. Jessica is going to just go right into things. She's not going to do the whole training tonight. She did that for our team. I do have a recording for you. If you're like, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense to me. Yes, I want to grow a fast start senior gold over the summer, help somebody earn $6,000, help somebody earn $800, whatever it is. And we'll get that to you after the call. Okay, Jess.
Awesome. If you want to make me co-host real quick so I can share the content, that'd be great. But I'll give a quick little synopsis. So this training is from Brooke Hemingway and her perfect 10. Woohoo, there we go. Let's get my screen pulling up here. And it is just a really simple system. First off, if you guys don't know who Brooke Hemingway is, she's a 3-time diamond. I always want to be like 3-time award winner, whatever. 3-time diamond. And this is a system that really works for her and she has found major success with. And it's focusing on the perfect 10 or finding basically 10 people to come under you and then helping 4 other people do the same. And that gets you to senior gold. Now, we made a recording of this that we will make sure you guys get the link for. I'm just going to quickly go through the first couple of slides so you get an idea of it and why this can be so impactful for your summer, and how like you can just get some major momentum with this. So again, the perfect 10, simple, fun. Most importantly, it's a duplicatable system and it's going to help earn your VIPs earn up to $6,000 this summer if they followed this system. So the system that she calls the perfect 10 is +1, add 2, and then any 7. The +1 is going to be your first VIP that they sign up. Your add 2 is going to be that next 2, which gets you to your first rank of silver. Amazing. And then any 7 is another 7 people to get you up to a total of 10, with hitting the rank of senior silver, which she calls the core rank. And I'll talk more about that in just a second here. First sale real quick. You're just focusing on the +1. What do your new VIPs need to know and what do they need to do? Do not overwhelm them with like, blah, 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 blah. Here's all the things. No, just very basic. What do they need to know to hit the first sale and what do they need to do? Do they need to hook up with you? Do they need to do a 3-way? And so the main focus is what should they post? What should they say? And how do they make a link, a cart? How do they make a 3-way chat? Some very basic steps. But the biggest thing when you are doing this first sale, when you sign up your VIP and you're presenting them with like, here's your regimen and here's all this stuff, you're going to tell them they don't have the option to do this alone, that they need an accountability partner. So the verbiage she uses basically talking about how, you know, losing weight is 10 out of 10 importance to you in this particular case. And I want, you know, do you want to know what it's going to take to get you there? She focuses on hitting that person's goal. So she talks about communication, consistency. This is exact verbiage she has stated to somebody. So screenshot this if you want to. Talk about moving your body, doing very basic, simple steps. But then she goes into, you cannot start alone. And she says, I don't let anyone start alone, because if I let you start alone, I would not be a good guide for you. Because statistically speaking, less than 50% of people get the results they want if they start alone. And so she asks, like, who's it going to be? And then if they're like, I'm not a salesperson, or I don't want to sell anything, I want to wait for my results. It's like, I'm not even talking about that. I'm not talking about being a salesperson. I'm talking about you need someone you can start with and run with, because your success matters for this. And so that's how she gets the first person. And then she goes into adding the two. She doesn't talk about, do you want to hit Fast Start Silver? Do you want to make $300? And it'd be like a lot when you present it that way to somebody. So instead, she talks about hitting that first person. And then she goes into, hey, you've earned a little bit of money hitting this first rank. Now, like, let's get you 2 more people, because studies show that when someone earns $50 a month with a company, they're going to 90% more likely to keep ordering, which means they're going to have better results long term, right? And so think about, this is the time when maybe you're mentioning that $300 at Fast Start Silver. And a verbiage that she talks about is like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. It's going to be really awesome to see Samantha get started with you. She seems like a super sweet friend. I'm excited for you guys. Hey, and when you got her started, I wanted to let you know that you're going to get about $35 cash back. And listen, I'm going to tell you about something else that you could possibly take advantage of. If you grab 2 other friends, you're actually going to get a total of $300 cash back instead of that $35. I don't know. That might be fun. Like, what do you think? You keep it simple, keep it short, show your excitement, do that in like a voice message if you want. But that's when she's talking about that $300. I mean, now they've hit the first rank and they're like, whoa, this is kind of nice. And then she talks about going into silver, senior silver, as you're really the core rank. And that's like the new silver. That's the rank you want to get people at, because this is where they stick around for that long term. Remember that $50, if they're bringing that in every single month, they're more likely to stick. It's duplicatable, because once you know how to snake 50 points, they know how to help other 4 people grab 50 points. And this is where you're looking at adding that 7 more to get to senior silver. So you've already added the first 3. Now you're looking to add any 7 people, levels 1 through 3, to get you to that 50 points. Now, when they know how to do this, they can help 4 others do this that they've signed up, and that automatically gets them to senior gold. You guys, take a snapshot of this. You will have the recording of this later, but this is the breakdown. I'm not going to go in depth over it, but you can see literally when they hit their perfect 10 of 10 people, Fast Start, by the way, they're going to get almost $900. Then when they help 4 other people get that perfect 10, again, 4 other people, that's 50 points per person that they're going to get. They're going to get almost $3,200 that month, just by hitting Fast Start Senior Silver for them and helping 4 others. That's crazy money. And then what happens is okay, you've done this now, you know how to do it. If you continue to do this just a little bit more every single month, just a little bit more, shooting for $1,000 a month, they're going to get another $3,000 after 3 months, for a total of $6,000 that summer. And if they continue doing that trajectory, just doing a little bit more every single month, slowly moving their goals up, helping one more person get a perfect 10, they could get close to $15,000 by the end of this year. That is the money we are leaving on the table. So watch the recording. It's super awesome. I don't know how to get out of this. There we go. Hopefully I'm back in. But that's a little breakdown. I hope that gives you guys some encouragement of summer is going to be epic.
You guys, wasn't that so good? I know that was super speedy. So I already put the recording in Teamfire. I'll put it in GGBiz too, but in Teamfire, it's right underneath the graphic for this call. Okay. So make sure you go watch that. You might need to watch it a couple of times too, to really like absorb what she's talking about here. Those numbers are for real. You guys, for those of us who can't go Fast Start Senior Silver, anymore. Anybody already like gone senior silver? Raise your hand. Any senior silver and aboves here? I think we have a lot here. Guess what? What if you pretended? What if you pretended to restart now? You don't know what to do these last 3 days of the month. You're like, oh, I don't want to even push. What if you started thinking towards going, like pretend like you're a fast starter right now. Go silver and then work to add 7 more. You guys, and start talking to your friends, start talking to your downline, your business friends, and being like, look at how much we would grow in points if we all did this together in June and July. Or maybe you want to say, you know what? I want to do this in July, baby. My family has debt to pay off. Or I'm going to surprise my husband with this. You guys, maybe you want to do June, July, August. I'm just saying this is for your new people who are going to be interested in the business, people that you reach out to, where you're like, you know what? I've talked to you a tiny bit about going silver and adding 3, but I have something I really want to get your eyes and ears on. Do you have time for a 10-minute Zoom with me? Or can I ask you a couple questions here in this chat? You guys, we're here to mentor you step by step with what is next when somebody's open to hearing more. Okay. So always reach out to your uplines, reach out to me, Brenda, all the things. Shout out to Jessica. Sorry, who is it? Janessa Mitchell, right after our training on this earlier, actually put something up in her stories really quick while she was feeling really fiery. She's like, who wants to earn $6,000? And it was so good. I watched it. And those moments when you're watching your team and you get the chills and you're like, oh, that was good. I think there's something here. You guys, she had somebody reach out and be like, yeah, I'm open to earning $6,000. So Janessa messaged me. She was like, what do we do next? And I'm like, oh my goodness, what do we do? You guys, we all have those moments, like those paralyzed, like, and so we're strategizing what's next, what kind of questions to ask her to see if she's a good fit to go forward into something like this. Okay. See, I'm already feeling so much better being on this call. It's all of you guys, 100%. So next, I'm going to actually hand the mic over to Bonnie Greiner because she's going to introduce our special business trainer for the night.
Thank you, BK. And thanks for everyone on this call. You being here on the call speaks volumes. Sometimes we judge ourselves, and if only that you're here and you're hearing good word. And I know that Tammy, who's on my team, loves recruiting, loves mindset, and is a really, really good speaker. And so I am super excited to hear her. She's going to be talking about recruitment and mindset. Go ahead, Tammy.
Awesome. Thank you, Bonnie. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, great. I loved what we've done so far tonight. Jessica, thank you so much for bringing that passion and excitement. And I can't wait to watch Janessa's story to get some inspiration, because I do think it's really fun when we have the mindset to share this with others. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. And so I want you to think about, are you grateful for the opportunity that you have with Plexus? Do you believe that this is an opportunity? Because what you believe is going to determine how you show up on a daily basis. Okay. So it's your belief in the products and it's your belief in the business. Okay. I want to say that again. The way you believe is the way you're going to show up. And so are you somebody who's thankful that you have this opportunity? Are you thankful for your paycheck? Are you thankful for this community? I love what BK said at the beginning. Like, she was not that excited to hop on, but once she did, you are filled like with joy. And so keep that in mind when you are going into your day, when you are going into your business hours, which you should have. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, that you need to remember all of these things when you go into work. Okay. Again, I want to say this again. Your mindset, the belief you have, will determine how you show up. So I want to give you some tips of how I've been showing up consistently. So the first 10 to 15 minutes of my IPA, I am showing up and I'm commenting on people's stories just because I want to fill them with joy, right? I heard Emily Gibson talk one time that it was during one of her, she was feeling really depressed and she's like, I just want to get out of my own head and I want to fill others up. And so she just spent 10 to 15 minutes commenting on other people's stuff. Okay. It just gets you in a good mindset of just filling others and thinking about other people. Okay. So that's your first 10 to 15 minutes every day of your IPA. And I also want you to remember to believe that people want to hear from you. Okay. I consistently post every single day, not just Plexus. I want you to be thinking about how you can add value to people. How can you how can you encourage somebody? How can you inspire somebody, whether that's on your wall or in your stories? You need to be constantly thinking, how can I do this? It's not just Plexus. And when you do post about Plexus, I want you to think about what problem you want to solve for somebody. Okay. It's not just posting about our products. A lot of times you probably shouldn't. We should be thinking about the problems we can solve for people, and that's what we need to be posting. And so I say that first because when I see people view my story, whether it's Plexus related or non-Plexus related, I reach out to those people. I do not reach out to them about Plexus. I say something really simple. I wrote it down. This is an example. I see who views my story. I click on their name and it shows up in your messenger, right? I do this on Facebook. I don't know how it shows up in Instagram. But I X out of them viewing my story because I don't want them to know that I'm messaging them because they viewed my story. So I X out of it and I just say, hey, happy Friday. I am beyond excited for summer. Today is a blessing and I hope you find joy in your day and share your smile with those around you. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to today? And it gets the conversation started because guess what? The more conversations you're in, the more chances of the opportunity presenting itself that you can share Plexus with them. It inevitably comes up. And so that's the second thing I do in my IP. I'm constantly in conversations. Okay. And when I do bring up Plexus, if it gets to that point, then I follow up with excitement, passion, and belief. Okay. I believe that I have something that they need. Okay. I absolutely believe it without a doubt. I am not scared to bring it up because I believe in these products and I believe in this opportunity. So I want you to say that to yourself. Do not get stuck in your head because I want you to go back and think, how grateful are you for Plexus? Okay, how grateful are you for Plexus? You are so grateful. That's why you're here. That's why you show up. Okay, so remember that when you're messaging those people, when it gets to that point. Let's see. I'm going completely out of order with my notes. I want you to think about the mom who needs this. I want you to think about that mom who is sitting on her couch who feels hopeless. How can you solve her problems? How can you reach out to her? You have what she needs. Okay. I want you to think about those people. And that's whenever your belief is going to come out, because when you believe, that's how you will show up. Okay. So we talked about adding value, inspiring others through your non-Plexus post. Oh, another thing I do is I'm constantly adding people to Facebook. I am in a lot of groups. My kiddos go to a private school and we have our own Facebook page and we are constantly getting new students and new families. And so I'm going in there once, twice, 3 times a month and I'm seeing who's new in our community and I'm clicking add friend, because again, the more people who are seeing your content, the more conversations you can be in. So I want you to continue to add to your funnel. Just adding people all the time. I'm also, we're a military family, so I'm also in some military groups, which is really helpful. So I'm adding people there. I'm not scared to add these people. Like, I think a lot of times we get stuck in our head, like, oh, they don't know me. Don't care. I'm adding them. If they accept, they accept. Like we're in the same community. So it's not like I'm some stranger. Like, if they reach out to me and say, hey, somehow, like, I got this friend request, are you legit? And then I go into a conversation. Again, not scared to like go all out, because I believe I want to build a relationship with these people, and I offer and I want to help them eventually. So, main theme, don't get stuck in your head. Do not get stuck in your head. Your thoughts can spiral into very negative things. Don't let it go there. I want you to remember your why. We just had a team call last week, and my sweet friend Lenora, who's on this call, gave us the inspiration of digging deep into our why, 7 layers deep. It's a very good exercise. If you want to do it, reach out to her. She can tell you how. But like, you have to remember your why when you show up for work. Okay. You have to remember it, because like we've been talking about, like Jess said, what could $6,000 do for somebody, right? What could that do for somebody? You showing up, starting conversations, adding value to these people, they're going to start realizing how much that can help them. And so mindset is huge. I wrote this saying down like 6 times because I really do want you to understand what you believe when you show up for work will determine how many messages you're sending. Because sometimes I get stuck in my head and I'm like, they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to, like, we just have to stop that, because guess who wants to stop us from making progress in our business? The enemy. He does not want us to succeed and give joy to other people. He doesn't. So I want you to remember and this is another thing. It's non-negotiable for you to show up every day. Okay. Consistency is key. When you consistently show up, you will see results. I wanted to say this, BK, I think the slogan that you've been putting in our graphics, when you show up, you grow up, right? Like, when you show up every day, the needle will move forward. I promise. You have to see, especially going into summer. Like, I'm having this mindset because my schedule is going to look very different because I'm a full-time working mom. My last day of school is tomorrow. So I have to say, when am I going to show up? I am going to show up every single day, no matter what. I'm going to get up before my kids. I'm going to move my body, and I'm going to work plexus. Non-negotiable. Can't go to bed until it happens. I want you to say the same thing. If you want to grow up, you need to show up. And one more final thing. It's not going to be this easy every day, right? We already know that. We're not going to be like, yes, I can't wait to dig into my IPA today. Doesn't work that way. Wish it did. Get yourself an accountability partner. I have 2 in this group that are on this call right now who we show up for each other, because there are days where we don't feel like doing it, and they're my cheerleaders. Okay. If you have an accountability partner, if you have somebody showing up with you, I guarantee you will have results. And I want you to find joy each and every day in your business. It's your own business. We have the opportunity to make this our own. You can be as creative and fun as you want. And I want you to remember, show up. That is the main thing. Show up with a strong mindset, and you will succeed very well this summer and Magic Week. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I had chills at the end. And Bonnie, tell me.
I know. Is everybody ready? Isn't that what she does for you? It's like, oh, between Jessica and Tammy, we are ready. Who cares if it's 9:30 Eastern time? I'm just going to wake people up. So when you show up, like the 2 speakers you heard tonight, you want that. And Tammy has this, she refinishes furniture. She works full time. She's really a busy, as she said, military wife, which is neat, BK, because you were too. And she's really active with her kids, and she shows up every day. And I often like to get up at 4:30 in the morning. And I know that if I go to Instagram, I'll see Tammy because she's already starting. And so I'm so thankful, Tammy, that you shared. And BK, I'll let you close.
Well, I'm kind of cracking up because this quote that you mentioned, when you show up, you go up. That's the way I've always heard it. And so I'm like, hee hee ha ha. And then I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Actually, when you show up, you grow up. We grow into the person, the people that we're becoming to love on and serve these large teams, you guys. I know so many you have a goal to have leaders under you, to link up together, for the load to be light and joyful every day. So let's follow Tammy's advice and keep showing up. I love this. Just a few of her quotes to just take us into the action that maybe you'll want to do after this call. I want to recommend that again, if you can take 10 to 15 minutes after this call to get on stories and be like, I just was on this call, this training, I saw my people, this community is such a blessing. You guys, whatever it is, get yourself out there. She said, the more conversations you are in, the more likely plexus will come up. Why did that blow my mind tonight? You guys, the magic happens in Messenger. The magic happens there. Go bless some people. Let's get ourselves in that right mindset before we do those quote unquote harder things, right? How you believe is how you will show up. So when you're not showing up, you know what you need to do? Stop and go, okay, where's my belief right now? What's going on? I got to refuel. I got to pour back in. Reach out to a friend, an accountability partner, an upline, and don't get stuck in your head. You guys, it happens. Get out of your head. Go love on somebody tonight, and then go to bed joyful, trusting that God will give you what you need to be a good steward of this precious gift, this business, and these wonderful products. I love you all. Thank you for showing up so that I had to. Thanks, guys. Tammy, that was unbelievable. Amazing job. Jessica, you know I love you. So solid. You guys are fire. Good night, guys. Happy end of month. Go do it.